we have another album review in our album spotlight series, and this one is from our favourite cartoon friends, Gorillaz. Cracker Island is the album. Talk to me about it.
Talk to you about it. Okay,
Talk to me about it.
The opening track, which is also, funnily enough, it's called Cracker Island. Can you believe it?
Shit.
I know. It slaps. Yeah, I mean, it's undeniable. It fucking just, it's great. It slaps. Lyrically, does a great job of setting up the theme of this album as well, which I've watched the interview he did with Zane Lowe, Damon, this is, obviously. And he was saying, do you mind? And he's basically talking about like a cult of technology, essentially. And if you listen to the words, then you will understand that is an ongoing theme. The bass is obviously unreal. I mean, we've got Thunder, bloody honks. It does. We've got Thundercat. I mean, it's going to be good. And if it's not, he's let himself down more than anyone. But he hasn't on this occasion. So what a way to open this album. Am I right?
You are so right.
Bob on.
So right.
It is the fattest of stonkers. And I agree with everything else you've said. So I'm not going to step on toes.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I agree. It stinks. And Thundercat's vocals are great as well. It just is a rip snorter.
Oh, love it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Return of the rip snorter.
Once again. Next up, we've got Oil, which features the wonderful Stevie Nicks. Beautiful. In fact, fucking beautiful, I put on here. Because it just is. When her harmonies start coming in and they layer up and they build, it sounds so good. As soon as this song came on, I was like, well, this album's going to be fucking amazing.
Yep.
I was
exactly the
That's
same
when I
thought.
sent the message. I was like, I've got a good feeling about this.
Yep.
Well, when I first heard it, I was unsure as to whether the Stevie Nicks collaboration was necessary. And then I grew up, and I was so wrong, because holy fuck. Oh, it's just a fantastic pop song, which just that sounds like it's an injustice. It's so good.
No, it's absolute pure top quality. It's so good. The vocals sound brilliant. The raspiness with the cleanness of everything else, it just works so well. And like I said to you, Yanni, when we were talking about yesterday, it almost sounds like she's like auto-tuned, but like I think it's just like a number of takes on top of each other, and it creates this kind of like bouquet of beautiful, you know.
Oh, you've really ruined that. You said bouquet and then you just said beautiful. Could have been so good.
Oh, you couldn't have it, couldn't you?
No.
What was I going to say? I had something else to say, and you've ruined it now.
You bitch.
I didn't ruin it.
You did. Oh, and this really kind of like, this feels like, this is Gorillaz. This feels like old Gorillaz, new Gorillaz.
It is Gorillaz, you're right.
Gorillaz.
You're spot on. We're covering Gorillaz. Well done.
You know what I'm trying to say. This feels like a pure distillation of Gorillaz sound.
Yes.
And Stevie really, really works there. She should have just been in the band from the beginning, really.
That would have been great. Next up is Tired Influencer, which I struggle not to say influencer, because that's how it's pronounced in this. And Cal, just to link it back to videos that we watch, influenza.
What, you watch videos about the flu?
No, there's a song where the word influencer is rhymed with influenza, and every time he said influencer, it made me just think of that. Anyway,
I'm not gonna lie to you there, Yanni. I laughed along so I didn't hurt your feelings. I have no fucking idea what you're about.
Oh, it's all right then. Can we cut that then?
No.
That is embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Let's crack on.
You could have just let me at it.
Nope.
No.
No.
Are we going to carry on?
Yanni has just checked out.
No, this is it's a nice little tune. It feels like I'm on a tropical beach. That is the vibes I'm getting from this. I'm going to say vibes again, so just strap in.
It is pure vibes though, isn't it? I was ready.
Yes.
I was ready for a bit of a slower one here. and it worked. Perfectly placed.
I disagree wholeheartedly with that comment. I didn't need this here. I think the song is absolutely fine. It works within the context of the album so well. It's very dreamy. I think it doesn't really stick out to me as a song. I would never really go back to it.
It's definitely a
Don't
song,
think-
mate.
It is a song. It sticks out to me as a song, and I'm like, wow, song. But I didn't need it yet, personally.
Yeah, that's a very good comment to make. Congrats.
It was a comment.
Congrats. Silent Running is the name of the next track, and I'm just going to throw it in the hat, as you do. This is probably my favourite.
Wow.
Song
It's my
off this
second
album.
favourite.
Although I'll say it when we get to it, there was a time when that might have not been the case. Might not have been the case. Anyway, fucking English has escaped me today. It's just a great song. This should have been right after Oil. That run then of songs would have been fucking phenomenal. The pre-chorus and chorus of this are great. Just, I mean, I know if you've watched our previous video, which I'll link somewhere, the mix on this album is fantastic. Everything sounds so clear and so good. The bass is so fat and punchy, and everything sounds good.
I completely agree, and I'm very intrigued to know what your previous favourite on the record was. Yanni,
Well, I'm not telling you anymore.
Well, I think that one is also top for me. I'm going to butcher this, so I apologise. Adelaide Omateo, I think.
I think that was spot on.
Thank you. The additional vocals are nothing short of a bouquet of beautiful.
You sounded really shit when you said it. Yeah, fair enough.
What a wonderful addition to a track.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Fantastic. The synths are great. The melody is fantastic. Oh my God, I love this song.
This song has been on repeat since it was a single. If I'm honest with you, I've listened to it every single day. So, yeah.
It wasn't a single, was it?
No, I didn't think it was. It?
Yep.
We didn't cover it.
God, slap on.
And so, therefore, I didn't listen to it.
Well,
no, honestly, phenomenal song. Brilliant. The chorus and the pre-chorus is pure pop goodness. Like, this should just be on the top of the charts. It could be, and if it's not, I haven't checked because I don't give a shit. But if it's not,
it's definitely not, is it?
It could.
Top of the full chart.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing not pop about this song. Modern pop. It will fit so well if people just open their ears. But yeah, the backing vocals are incredible. The part where the whistling comes in, that mix there. You've got the dirty, stinking deep bass.
Wow.
All the percussion sounds great.
Does he?
Then that high whistling comes in. You've got vocals from, I believe, Adelaide. I don't think it's Damon. And the mix
that's not
of
his
all
surname, mate.
Oh, dickhead. That mix of things in that moment with the whistling is peak.
Yeah, we've already done that. Don't say it again. Next up is New Gold, which at this point is Old Gold because we heard it a while ago.
Tarnished.
This one makes
me
not tarnished. Not tarnished.
The word for like when it goes a bit muddy because it's old. Anyway, whatever.
It's Old Gold.
Warm.
Anyway.
No, it kind of goes like a kind of greeny, muddy kind of
oxidized.
Yeah. Oh,
oxidized. Yeah,
that's
copper.
Yeah. Anyway,
oxidized gold.
Copper. Anyway, yes. This one I feel better about in the context of the album as opposed to when it was released as a single. I think we were all a bit underwhelmed. I still don't think the rap is that great, to be honest. It doesn't live up to the rest of the track. But the music I can vibe to anyway. And Kev's voice, it's always a joy. It's just pleasant.
Bob on.
Thank you.
Bob on. While the rap might not be the best, I think the way that it comes in makes up for it. I think there's so much momentum as it goes into Bootie's part that any slight wrongdoing is made up for. That was so uneloquent. It's a good tune. Goes on too long though. The ending's just a little bit like, oh come on, because we know what's coming next.
Don't we just?
Yeah, Christian.
Got Axl Rose there.
No, I was going for Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, not Welcome to the Jungle.
No.
Moving on.
You got me thinking. I was doing anyway.
No, you're right. I was wrong.
I was right. Within the context of the album, yeah, this definitely works a lot better. I think I agree with what you're saying about the rap, but I think the sound and the presentation of the rap, it definitely supersedes. Wow, the rap itself, and it's a shame, kind of, that the content wasn't quite there.
I've done that.
But it sounded, very kind of. What's the other Gorillaz song we're rapping in? It's Clint Eastwood.
There's only one other.
The one I'm thinking of. The sound of his voice sounds like it does in Clint Eastwood.
Okay.
So, is it Clint Eastwood I'm thinking of, or?
Finally, someone let me out of my cage. That one.
I'm trying. It's between that and Feel Good Inc. That the sound of the vocals sounds kind of tinny, like it does in this, and it works really well. Anyway, that doesn't matter. It sounds good. That's what I'm trying to say.
Thank you. Speaking of sounding good, the next track, Baby Queen. Whoo! What a slapper!
Big time slapper.
This was the other contender for top track, but there's one more as well.
Okay, good.
The bass in this is so satisfying. Like I've touched on before with the mix and everything, but the bass playing as well, it's just what it needs. It's just perfect. And again, listen to it non-stop since it was released.
I agree. This is on FIFA 23, so I've had the pleasure of listening to this since September. And fuck a duck, I have not grown tired of it.
Wow,
so
that is quackers, mate.
This slaps harder than KSI's dad. It's a little bit out of date, that joke, but there's one for the trailer.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow, wonderful. Yeah, this song sounds phenomenal. I'm not as big a fan of these slow ones personally. They just don't really do as much for me. But I do think it's a great track.
Really Liam, you've really let me down by how not excited you were about this song. So we're going to move on.
I've just explained to you why.
One of my, but I don't care for it, Liam. Godfrey. Next up, one of my
full name.
Liam. One of my least favourite animals, tarantulas. However, a great song. Okay. What a great song. Great chorus. Happy vibes, man, is what I put. Just happy vibes.
You had me worried when you said your least favourite. I was happy that you said Animal, because this is my favourite track on the record.
Well, that's
wow. Right. Yeah,
by quite some difference as well. And it's purely, Yanni, and Liam, because of the happy vibes that you just mentioned. This makes me feel on top of the world. It's so fun. I love the lyric. I'm on 1%, but I'm there with you. I just think it's just wonderful. I think
proper summer tune in it.
Yeah, proper summer tune. I'm in love. I can't wait to maybe be round at Liam's with a barbecue if I'm invited this year, with a Pims or something.
Oh, with a Pims.
You might be able to come in, mate. I'll have a barbecue at mine as well.
Oh, there we are. Maybe I'll just buy my own barbecue, but you know.
Party time. Excellent. Yeah, it's a good feel-good tune. Chorus is great. Again, doesn't really stick with me much, as some of the earlier ones, if I'm being honest. I did feel a bit fatigued with this album every time I listened to it around the halfway point.
Wow.
Fucking grow up. Next up, we have Tormentor featuring Bad Bunny, the artist who apparently is everywhere in the world,
all over the place,
but not heard a single song by him.
Big in the Americas.
In the Americas. Huge in the Americas.
Huge.
Normally, and don't know how this is going to cross, but this type of song annoys me. This style of track annoys me. But in context of this album, it works very nicely. It changes it up enough. And I feel like I'm at a sunset party when I'm listening to it.
Do you have a Pims?
Stop with your Pim obsession.
Fucking obsessed with Pims.
It's just
wrong with this guy.
I get to this point in the year and I'm like, oh, it's nearly Pims time.
Fucking 1st of March. It's raining outside. And you're
Yeah,
thinking,
nearly.
"Can't
I'm
wait for
saying
pins."
nearly.
It's March already, boys. That is fucking
St. David's Day,
mad.
though.
Yeah.
Come on, come around, Biff.
Too cool.
Um,
Big happiness, everyone.
While I agree that Tormentor works well in context of the album, I'm not remotely asked about this song.
Right. That was really took it down a notch there, didn't it?
Succinct.
I agree with what you're saying, Yanni, that usually these vocals on any other song I wouldn't like, but I feel like what the rest of the Gorillaz have done is very just like light and airy and poppy and fun, and it feels nice. And I'm like, yeah, I love this. I really resonate with these vocals. I don't know what they're saying, but it sounds good.
All about the feeling, man.
And it's very it kind of it feels nice. It feels like the whole album, really, most of it does feel like you just sat on the beach with a cocktail.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like the ending to this as well, where it sort
LA
of
vibes.
calms down a bit. Yeah, because we've all been there. And it just kind of like a child piano kind of sound being played. It's very relaxing. Moving on to Skinny Ape. It's a very weird song, really. It didn't really click with me how weird it is until I re-listened to it today. Probably my least favourite of the whole album. It manages to work, although it does have very sort of like distinct parts. Like it starts off and it sounds a little bit country-esque. God,
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, because of the guitars and everything that are getting played, and then it sort of transitions into a typical Gorillaz style song, and then it has the mad, what I've noted down here, fighting Japanese anime style songs where it just picks up the pace and it's rapid.
Real arcade music.
Yeah, proper arcade music, but I feel like it does that well. So I mean, congrats to Damon and Co for pulling that off. But yeah, just this one I'm not really bothered by.
Yeah, I thought it was a slow start, but then the ending, or like I suppose like halfway, like the fighting style arcade music you were just on about, that release was like, fuck it hell. That like really like made me sit up and listen.
Did it make you release?
Not quite.
Snakes were drained.
Worms. Thank you.
Worms?
Oh,
There's more than one.
Well, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I put wowee for how that second bit made me feel.
Wowee.
Yeah. I don't know what the word is. It's like it's not.
I think it's wowie.
I've written anthemic, but it's not. It's like
Euphoric.
My guy. That's my guy right there.
Draining. It was a bit too much of an attack for me.
He felt personally attacked.
Very much. I think this song's good. I don't particularly like it, but I think it's good. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't really have an actual issue with it. I'm just not a big fan of it. I did like it when he sings "ape, ape, ape, ape." That's cool. That sounded good. But yeah, that kind of when that comes in, it was just like, fucking hell, what's going on here? Being attacked. That's my review.
I think the word for that is wowie.
Wowie. Yeah.
And that draws the album to a close with the final song, Possession Island. This one, I mean, it depends when you're asking me, to be honest, because this could also be my favourite song off the album. I've gone as far to say as this is probably one of the best Gorillaz songs ever. It is beautiful. I'm going to use that word again. Wowie, indeed. And, I mean, Liam, we touched on this the other day when we saw each other, but the moment those trumpets and the Spanish sort of, and the sort of guitar playing comes in, I mean, Ascension.
I felt slightly underwhelmed.
You are a prick.
But
grow up.
no, but my last few listens to it, I've enjoyed it more. So I understand I'm the problem.
You are.
I'll accept that.
You are the problem. This song, Yanni was spot on with everything he said. That piano motif that comes through the song. Oh God, it gets me so strong. And yeah, the trumpets and everything. The way that sounds as well, really tinny again. It just works so well. Yeah, beautiful ending to the album. And I like that Beck's very understated in it.
Yeah, you can hardly really tell it's someone else. It just sounds like Damon, really.
Definitely. But like, assuming he contributed to the song, obviously, it was a great feature. Great feature.
Definitely. And that's the track by track rundown of this album. Now we must rate individually before we give our overall score. So, Cal, what's it gonna be, my friend?
It's gonna be an 8 from me.
Well, there we go. Straight to the point.
Pretty quick. I'm also happy to give it an 8.
Okay.
Happy to do that.
Well, I feel like I might be going out on a limb here then. But this is a 10. No, it's not a 10 out of 10. But yeah, it's. I'm going to say it's a 9, in my opinion.
Wow.
Nice. I'll allow it.
Thank you so much. But that does mean that there's going to have to be a bit of mental maths going on for old Godfrey over there. So please, the Fall's overall score for Cracker Island by Gorillaz, what is it going to be?
It's going to be an 8 out of 10. Do I have to say it's out of 10? Just say it's 8.
It's 8.
It's an 8.
So yeah, if you've enjoyed that review, then let us know and tell us your thoughts down below and go and do all those things that good people do.
Ding dong,
also,
ding dong.
it's below. So many things below. Below us, please.
Below me.
Please be below me.